Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take the really essential source material, the research, the tech docs, the case studies, and we distill it all down into knowledge you can actually use.
And today, we are absolutely ripping apart the sources on one of the most exciting things happening in fintech right now.
Yeah.
It's Wodi AI, the neobanking platform that just dominated the 2025 Microsoft Positive Impact AI Challenge.
Our mission today is, laser focused. This deep dive is all about looking at how Wodi AI is using artificial intelligence, not just for profit, but as a real democratizing force.
A shift in power, really.
Exactly. A shift in power specifically for the unbanked and, the underserved all over the globe. We need to get right under the hood of their global payment interoperability technology.
Right, because it's not just tech for tech's sake. It's about addressing a fundamental global failure. I mean, if you look at the context and the sources, you have to start with this really uncomfortable and staggering truth.
Which is what?
90% of global social impact funding. So this is money for the neediest people. It often completely fails to reach the grassroots organizations, the ones closest to the actual problems.
90%. When you hear a number like that, you immediately think, okay, it's corruption or it's a lack of resources.
You would think so.
But the sources say it's structural. It's about access.
Exactly. It's a financial and technological exclusion issue. I mean, imagine you're running a small, super effective NGO in Ghana or Senegal. You're saving lives, but you're just systematically shut out.
Shut out of what?
You lack three things that, a big U.S. or European charity just takes for granted. First, robust global payment infrastructure. Second, high-tech donor management tools. And third, enterprise-level financial intelligence. Without those, you can't scale. You can't get major donors.
It's like being asked to run a marathon, but you're only given one shoe.
That's a great way to put it.
You're doing the hard work, but the system is just rigged against you. Okay, so let's unpack how Wodi AI actually steps in to level this playing field, because this is where the conversational AI becomes the real breakthrough.
The first thing that really needs to sink in is the user experience. The sources just keep emphasizing this. It doesn't feel like using complex banking software. It, and I'm quoting here, feels like talking to a friend.
Right. And the Wodi AI, it lives inside a trusted interface, Microsoft Copilot.
Yeah, and it just uses simple human conversation to trigger the creation of this massive financial infrastructure.
Which is the genius of it. You're not filling out forms or waiting for IT approval. You are literally using your voice to generate what used to take months of technical work and coding.
The speed is.
Yeah.
It's honestly shocking. The demos at the Microsoft Hackathon, they showed this. They collapsed all that technical friction down to zero. They did in minutes what takes traditional systems. I mean, we're talking setting up payment gateways, compliance, donor tracking, months, if not a full year of dedicated tech work. It's not just faster. It fundamentally changes who's allowed to enter the game.
So let's put ourselves in the shoes of that leader, that grassroots leader. They have the mission, but not the IT budget. They just talk to the AI. The sources give this incredible use case. They just say, I want to raise funds for clean water in my village.
And Wodi doesn't just, log that request. It immediately starts building a custom 3-part operational toolkit for them.
Okay, so part 1, you instantly get an interactive plan.
And this isn't just a to-do list. This is a step-by-step fundraising strategy with milestones, target audiences, even geofenced marketing ideas. It's like having a chief strategy officer in a document.
Wild. And the second part?
A KPI dashboard, key performance indicator. This is the live, always-on tracker. It monitors donations, donor engagement, and your progress against the goals you just spoke out loud. It's high-level oversight.
And the third part, and this is what really moves them from an idea to an active enterprise, it instantly builds a professional website.
Right. Designed to be compelling, ready to share, and this is the key. It comes with a live, integrated payment link. They can go live and accept funds from literally anywhere in the world immediately.
That is the definition of a democratizing force. I mean, in the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee, they have a fully functional, globally compliant, enterprise-grade fundraising machine.
It is, yeah.
Which brings us directly to the human impact. And the sources summarize this so well in the case study of Fatim. Tell us about her situation in Guinea before WOD.
So Fatim runs a small education initiative. Before this, she was relying on, local cash transfers or these really cumbersome high-fee bank wires that would often fail or just take weeks to clear.
So she was basically cut off from the global funding pipeline.
Completely. Just because her organization didn't have a reliable digital on-ramp, Global donors couldn't get money to her quickly or transparently. It was impossible.
So when Wodi came in, the change wasn't just technical, it was existential for her work. What's the core finding from that case study?
The revolutionary result, it all comes down to a single transaction. A donor in Paris clicks pay with a standard credit card, a Visa or MasterCard, and Fatim gets the funds instantly.
Yeah.
In her local mobile money wallet, which is Orange Money.
Instantly.
The sources really hammered this phrase home. Zero delays, zero borders. That is instantaneous, end-to-end global settlement.
And that single transaction, it just demonstrates the brilliance of Wadi's core technology, right?
Yeah.
The global payment interoperability.
Yes.
It's the handshake between two systems that before this just refused to talk to Wodi.
Precisely. You're thinking about it in two buckets. On one side, you've got the traditional global card brands, Visa, Discover, Amex. And on the other, you have these ubiquitous mobile money systems, Orange Money, M-Pesa, MTN, which are, they're the de facto banks for millions of people across Africa and Asia.
And Wodi is the bridge.
Wodi is the bridge that connects both seamlessly. They even accept stablecoins, so they're bridging into decentralized rails too.
We saw how vivid this was when we looked at the visual sources, the app screenshots. The data just confirms the scope of this. For a transfer in Kenya, country code Ken, the system immediately knows that mobile money is king there.
Yes, exactly. The system instantly offers payout methods specific to Kenya. So you see Safaricom, you see Airtel, and local banks like Stanbic and Victoria Bank. It's localized acceptance with global reach.
And it's not just Kenya. We saw the same thing for Senegal, SCN. The options there include Orange, Wave, PayCruiser, even PayPal. So it shows Wodi is actually solving that last-mile problem in over 50 countries where mobile money is just how things get done.
And what's fascinating, and this is a critical distinction for you listening, is that Wodi already isn't just a payment gateway. They are a regulated neobank.
Okay, how does that shift the value proposition? Why is being a neobank and not just a payments app so important for someone like Fatim?
It gives her stability, trust, and a broader financial identity. It means that NGO Leader doesn't just move funds. They have a globally recognized financial tool backed by Visa's network. That hugely improves their credibility and their operational security.
And crucially, they handled the local currency. We saw images of the POS device showing a balance of 176,988.54 FCFA.
That's the West or Central African franc. And that is essential for daily operations in that region. WRI lets them not just receive dollars from Paris, but to hold, manage, and spend that money natively in STFA. No complex, high-fee currency conversions. It's their secure, modern bank.
So they've got the infrastructure, they've got the secure payment rails, but this is where it gets really interesting. Wodi didn't stop at just moving money efficiently.
No.
They moved into democratizing financial intelligence, giving out sophisticated analytics that were, previously only for the Fortune 500.
That's the proprietary AI layer, and it's arguably the most disruptive part of the whole platform. The tech uses these specialized proprietary AI agents that basically replace an entire high-powered back-office staff for these NGOs.
And they do it with a voice command.
Instantly.
So they're basically digital co-workers for these small organizations. What are the specific roles these AI agents take on?
Okay, so they act as financial analysts, generating predictive insights on cash flow. They become fundraising strategists, optimizing donor acquisition campaigns. They serve as growth advisors, identifying things like untapped board giving opportunities. And they function as relationship managers, tracking engagement and loyalty. These are incredibly high-value, nuanced jobs.
But wait, a critical question here. If this is all built on Microsoft Azure, and they're using this AI to manage an NGO's most sensitive data, their donor list, their financial stability, doesn't that raise the issue of vendor dependency? How do these small organizations handle the risk of relying so heavily on a tech giant like Microsoft?
That's a vital question, and the sources address this mainly through security and reliability guarantees. By building on Azure, these organizations get Microsoft-grade security infrastructure. That's something they could never, ever afford on their own.
So it's a trade-off.
It's a trade-off, exactly. The trade-off for dependency is that they immediately get best-in-class data protection and regulatory compliance, which is essential when you're managing international donor funds. You're leveraging the trust of a global platform to make the local NGO trustworthy.
That makes a lot of sense. You trade internal complexity for guaranteed external security. Okay, so let's look at the specific metrics these AI agents are generating, because this is that fundamental power shift we were talking about.
It is.
They're giving enterprise-grade donor metrics to a small grassroots organization in Guinea.
The detail here is staggering. These are dashboards that, major universities and hospitals spend millions of dollars and have whole data science teams to track.
Yeah.
W gives it to them, integrated right into the platform.
Okay, so the first one mentioned is repeat donor identification and retention strategies.
Which is fundamental, right? It costs way less to keep a donor than to find a new one. The AI flags who those loyal donors are and suggests custom strategies to keep them engaged.
And they provide RFM analysis. We need to pause and define this because this is like the secret sauce of marketing intelligence. What is recency, frequency, and monetary value, and why does an NGO leader need it?
RFM is a predictive modeling tool.
Yeah.
So the AI looks at when someone last gave, that's recency, how often they give frequency, and how much they give monetary value.
Okay.
By combining those three, the AI can predict, with really high accuracy, who their most valuable and loyal donors are. It allows the NGO to target their efforts for maximum return. It turns guesswork into data-driven strategy.
They also provide donor pyramid modeling and gift range optimization. That sounds like something only a top-tier fundraising consultant would deliver.
Exactly. It makes sure they're not asking for too little or too much. It maximizes every gift. And beyond that, the AI gives prospective donor recommendations. It tracks year-over-year giving trends, plus AGR tracking.
Which is another bit of crucial jargon, a compound annual growth rate. Why is that important?
Because it signals stability and sustainable progress. For an NGO trying to get a major grant from an international foundation, showing a steady CAGR over, say, 3 years is proof that their mission is growing reliably. It's not just a one-time spike. It builds trust.
And finally, they include internal metrics, things that drive accountability, like board giving metrics and stewardship insights. Plus, the all-important ROI and cost per dollar raised analytics.
This level of detail, it transforms a small, struggling operation into a transparent, data-driven enterprise overnight. They stop relying on hope and start relying on verifiable metrics that appeal directly to sophisticated global donors.
So if we synthesize everything we've looked at in this deep dive, the context, the architecture, the case studies, Wodi AI is just this incredibly powerful convergence.
It's the convergence of three things. First, conversational AI, which removes the technical barrier. Second, global payment interoperability across 50-plus countries, which removes the geographic barrier. And third, enterprise-grade financial and donor intelligence, which removes the intellectual barrier.
So it doesn't matter your size or your location. You now have access to the same financial tools as a major multinational.
And the fact that this whole system is on Microsoft Azure, with that level of security, it fundamentally means these grassroots organizations are getting the full weight of global tech security backing them up. It's a paradigm shift in who gets to wield financial power.
The old assumption that power resides with complexity is now just. It's overturned by AI-driven simplicity.
And that really leads us to the final provocative thought for you to consider as we wrap up. If AI can instantly generate sophisticated fundraising infrastructure, instant payment processing, and advanced donor analytics for a grassroots NGO in Guinea, using nothing more than a simple voice prompt.
Yeah.
What other traditionally complex, resource-intensive professional services, think legal structuring, environmental compliance, advanced logistical planning, what other services like that will be collapsed into a simple conversational prompt next year? AI isn't just optimizing process anymore. It's permanently transforming who has access to the tools of modern economic and social advancement.